DJ Kicks here, and today we are in the new spot. Well, of course, right now it's under, doing some different things, and it kind of looks ugly right now. But I'm in the spot nonetheless. You all will see it sooner than later. But right in front of me, I have some Wolf Grade 5's that I bought for $50, and I already sold them, like before I even recorded the video and before I even cleaned them. So this is actually a different type of Flippin Kicks where the shoes are already sold before we can work on them. At the end of the video, I will tell you all what I sold them for, but in the meantime, let me tell you all who I sold them to. So I sold them to my friend, my longtime friend, DJ Steward. He plays for the Flippin Kicks right now, and I've been knowing him since we were like young, like 4th, 5th grade at the YMCA and stuff like that. And he's always coming to me when he sees I post up the deals, and this just happens to be the shoe that he copped this time. We're gonna take care of these Wolf Grade 5's. Bought them for $50, and at the end of the video, I will tell you all how much I sold them for. So before we get into this video, I want you all to drop a like, subscribe, and leave a comment for any other content you want to see in the future. So let's get into this. And before we get started with this restoration, I'll be using Rejuvenator products throughout the whole process. So I have the Rejuvenator 3-brush pack, some cleaning solution, a soft and a medium brush to work on the suede, Rejuvenator's eraser that comes with the suede kit, the dry suede kit, bowl, shoe trees, and then the mat. So if you want to try some Rejuvenator products yourself, go ahead and use code BTBKicks at checkout to save 10% on any Rejuvenator products on their website. First things first, we're gonna set some of this stuff to the side because we're gonna work on the suede first. So we actually I'm gonna work on the right shoe first. Go all the way to the top, put it in there. Boom. Now first thing we're gonna do is take out the laces. Growing up, I've always kind of wanted this pair, but I'm in a state now where like every dollar counts. So I'm most of the time just flipping shoes rather than keeping them and wearing them because I feel like I have enough shoes anyway. But taking the laces out of these. So you see all this dirt and staining on the uppers. You want to kind of like loosen that up, kind of try to erase as much as we can to make the clean basically better and easier. So I'm going to start off by actually using Rejuvenator's soft bristle brush and brushing off that initial like dust and dirt, so I can kind of see what I have to erase. And I know you see like the fraying right here on the toe of the leather. I'll go back later on towards the end of the restoration and clip that to make it more uniform. And when you're brushing, you want to make sure you're brushing in one direction. So now that we've brushed out the suede, you can see it already is starting to look a little bit lighter. And now what we're gonna do is take the eraser and go along and just erase at some of these dark spots and areas with staining on the uppers. This is a really old shoe. I'm really surprised that I was able to find one in such a good condition. And then you can kind of already see like the suede is like moving to the touch. But obviously it still has to be clean, so. Yeah, that suede is definitely moving to the touch. That is nasty already. Get a close up on that, right? Like that suede is buttery already. All right, so now that I've finished erasing the suede or erasing the parts on the suede that have some dirt on them, you can see like there's still like some residue from the eraser on the actual shoe. So I'm gonna take the soft bristle brush once again and just brush it in one direction to get it off. And already you can see the shoe just looks very, very good. It's a lot lighter. And we're nowhere close to being done because we still have to go back and clean this suede to see if we can get rid of more of these dark spots. And then we're gonna have to ice the bottoms because this is just way, 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 way too yellow. Next thing we're gonna do is bring out the rejuvenator solution and then the other 3 brushes, and we'll get into the clean. Time for the clean and to break out the brushes. First being the soft bristle, next being the medium, last being the stiff. Of course, we got the cleaning solution as well. We have water already in the bowl, so I'm gonna give this 2 squirts, and that should be enough for our clean. When you're cleaning suede, what you wanna do is you wanna use as little as water as possible because you do not wanna saturate the suede. So what I'm gonna do is take the soft bristle brush first, dip it in ever so slightly, let the water run off and kind of shake it off as much as I can. And once I feel like I've gotten the majority of the water off of the brush, I go on to the suede and do light circles. Letting the brush do the work and not really putting too much pressure on it. Not too many suds either. Keeping it very, very light as far as the amount of water I use so the suede won't get messed up. And then once I feel like the brush is kind of running out of water, I dip it back in, let the water drip off, and then I go back in. Using as little water as possible not only helps the suede from not getting messed up, but it also helps prevent the suede from bleeding a lot during a clean. Pre-treating the suede just like I did in the beginning also helps with the clean. It helps get a more even clean on the suede, and it keeps everything looking nice. Alright, and now that everything's kind of done up top, I want to get a microfiber cloth and pat everything down. Alright, and the shoe is already looking a lot better. So what we're going to do now is we're going to clean the inner sock liner, as this is a little bit dirty. I'm going to clean all inside of that, and then we're also going to clean the outsoles. Now we're going to take the medium bristle brush from Rejuvenator, dip that in, and then get to work on the midsole slash outsoles. Let's wipe this off. And then, as you all can see right here, we have 2 options of getting this off because the medium bristle brush isn't abrasive enough. We can use a stiff bristle brush, and we can use a microfiber cloth. And what I'm going to do is use a stiff bristle brush first. So I'm going to dip that in, get the scrub in. And as you can see, it does the trick, but we're going to clean that up with the microfiber cloth to be more precise. And it does the trick. It is off. But now we're gonna move on to the outsoles of the shoes. And of course, you know my 3-step method that I like to use is called the up, down method. And if you watch Corey Kitchen, you should already know this. But I'm gonna start with the soft bristle brush, going up and down the outsoles, Moving all the way up to the stiff bristle brush. And then to finish everything off, we have the fan favorite. Turn it. Boom, get it right back in. We're gonna move on to the medium bristle brush. Flip that, get that back in there. Last but not least, the stiff bristle brush. Now, everyone's favorite, steam gun. For the most part, you can see the sole is looking a lot cleaner, but I'm actually gonna go back in off camera and remove some of the rocks and like the little areas where there's still some dirt in there and re-clean some areas. But I'll get back to you all when we're ready for the next step. And before I forget, we're gonna take the medium bristle brush and clean the inner sock liner. Before we continue, I'm actually going to put this shoe in front of a fan to dry off before we attack the bottoms with the Sole Revive. The shoes are now all dry. I'm not going to reset the nap now. I'm actually going to do that when I take the shoes out of the icebox tomorrow. Now to get to the bottoms and soles, what I'm going to be using to brighten up this bottom to get it back to a clear form is Reshoevn8or's Sole Revive. And like I said before, if you want to try out some Reshoevn8or products at a discount, go ahead and use my code BTBKicks at checkout for 10% off your order. First thing we're gonna do before we apply this is we're gonna break out the saran wrap and lay out a sheet of it so we can put the shoe on. Alright, that's a decent amount. Now we're going to apply Reshoevn8or Sole Revive to the bottoms. Putting just enough to cover all the parts of the shoes that are icy. I'm going to rub it in with the paintbrush. Now that the Sole Revive has been applied to the soles, it's time to place it down on the saran wrap. Boom, to the center, saran wrap, fold it up, fold the sides, and then I like to tape my sides down. I don't have my usual tape that I use with me, so I'm going to have to settle with this. Pat down the shoes, and last but not least, we gotta put them in the icebox. I already have the fan going. This isn't my ideal fan, but it'll do. It just has to make sure that the shoes don't get too hot in the icebox overnight. But we're gonna put the shoes in. Put that on the top. So the shoes are now in the box, and now we have to wait 24 hours before they're ready. And then once we take them out, I'm gonna reset the suede, and then that'll be the end of the restoration. So I'll see you all in 24 hours. 24 hours has now passed, and we're gonna take the shoes out of the icebox. So let's take a look. Cut this fan off. icy, bro. Like, these aren't completely icy, but compared to what they were when we first started, oh my God. That's that Rejuvenator Soul Revive. Go ahead and get you some Rejuvenator Soul Revive. Code BTB Kicks. Last thing we're gonna have to do to the shoe is take the plastic off and saran wrap. And clean off the remaining kind of like residue from the Soul Revive so we can have a clean bottom once again. Soft bristle brush. This is just plain water in here. We're gonna do this with the combination of the steam gun to kind of push whatever's left on these out of the grooves on the bottoms. Keeping it away from the suede up top. Last but not least, the shoes are all dry once again, and now I have to go in with the dry Rejuvenator medium brush and reset the nap on the suede. To do this, I'm just going to be brushing in all different types of directions to pick the suede up so it's once again moving to the touch. Alright, and as you all can see, suede is moving once again to the touch. Very buttery. You can see the suede like that. And we're not done with the suede just yet. We have to hit it with the mink oil. This is from ANGELUS. I happen to have some extra lying around, so we're going to be using ANGELUS brand mink oil. Link in description as well. So you're just going to apply a good amount of this on the suede. And it's okay if it gets on other parts of the shoe. Just mainly keep it on the suede. What this is going to do is going to condition the suede and restore some of the volume and the color of the suede as well. And a hidden feature within mink oil is that it also waterproofs as well. So now I'm going to take a dry Rejuvenator soft bristle brush and rub it in. And then now that this is all rubbed in, you can really see the difference in the suede. So let's try this again. And now we're gonna go back and just do some detailing on the shoes. I'm gonna take the scissors, these barber shears, it gets a finer cut, and snip off some of these loose hairs and fibers on the shoes. And then I will get back to you all. So the shoes are now completely done, and the difference is truly night and day. These shoes look way, way better than when they were brought to me, and you all can see, like, these shoes just, yeah, DJ's gonna be pretty happy. Now, for the price that I sold them for, that I promised in the beginning, I bought these shoes for $50, and I flipped them for $135, which gets me an $85 profit. I hope you all enjoyed this video. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. and tune into some of my other videos that I have posted. I'll keep the content coming as long as you all are watching it, and I will see you all in the next one.